Welcome! Today we are making beef Wellington. It is a classic dish featuring tender beef, savory mushrooms, and flaky pastry, a true culinary delight. Let's dive into how to create this elegant and flavorful masterpiece step by step. Beef Wellington is a classic dish featuring tender beef tenderloin wrapped in layers of flavor. You'll need a center-cut beef tenderloin, about 1.5 to 2 pounds, seasoned with salt and pepper. For richness and depth, there's Dijon mustard, adding a tangy kick. Prosciutto or Parma ham wraps the beef, adding a savory layer. Encasing it all is puff pastry, giving that crispy, buttery finish. The mushroom duxelle, made from finely chopped mushrooms, shallots, garlic, and a touch of butter, brings earthy flavors, while optional truffle oil or truffles can elevate it further. Finally, an egg wash gives the pastry its golden shine after baking. Together, these ingredients create a dish that's luxurious and perfect for special occasions. First, season your beef tenderloin with a generous amount of salt and freshly ground black pepper. This helps enhance the natural flavors of the meat. Next, heat up some olive oil in a large skillet over high heat. Once hot, carefully place the seasoned beef into the skillet. Sear it on all sides until beautifully browned, which usually takes about 1 to 2 minutes per side. Searing locks in juices and adds a rich flavor. Once done, remove the beef from the heat and allow it to cool slightly. This step ensures that the beef stays tender and juicy when wrapped in the pastry later on. In the same skillet where you seared the beef, melt some butter over medium heat. Add finely chopped shallots and minced garlic, and sauté until they become softened and fragrant. Then add finely chopped mushrooms. Button mushrooms work well, and cook them until they release their moisture and it evaporates, which takes about 10 to 12 minutes. This concentrates their flavors beautifully. Season the duxelle with a pinch of salt and freshly ground black pepper to taste. For an extra layer of complexity, you can also add a splash of dry white wine or sherry and cook until it's completely evaporated, intensifying the flavors. Once done, remove the skillet from the heat and let the mushroom duxelle cool. This mixture will add a delicious earthy richness to your beef Wellington. To assemble your beef Wellington, start by laying a large piece of plastic wrap on your work surface. Arrange slices of prosciutto or Parma ham in a rectangle, overlapping slightly to form a large enough layer to wrap around your beef tenderloin. Next, spread a thin, even layer of Dijon mustard over the prosciutto. This adds a tangy contrast to the rich flavors. Then evenly spread the cooled mushroom duxelle over the mustard layer. This mixture of sautéed mushrooms, shallots, and garlic will add a savory depth to every bite of your Wellington. Now that you have your prosciutto and mushroom layers prepared, place your seared beef tenderloin in the center of this flavorful blanket. Use the plastic wrap to help you tightly roll the prosciutto and mushroom layer around the beef tenderloin, forming a tight cylinder. This ensures that all those delicious flavors stay wrapped inside and meld together beautifully during baking. Once rolled, twist the ends of the plastic wrap to secure the cylinder shape. Refrigerate your wrapped beef Wellington for about 15 to 20 minutes. This brief chilling period helps firm up the pastry and sets everything in place for the final assembly before it goes into the oven. To prepare the pastry for your beef Wellington, start by preheating your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius to ensure it's ready when you're done assembling. Next, on a lightly floured surface, roll out your puff pastry sheet into a rectangle large enough to completely wrap around your beef tenderloin. This step ensures that the pastry will encase the entire beef tenderloin and its flavorful filling snugly. Make sure to roll the pastry evenly to ensure uniform baking. Now that your puff pastry is rolled out, remove the plastic wrap from your prepared beef tenderloin and place it seam side down in the center of the pastry. This ensures a neat presentation once baked. Next, brush the edges of the pastry with beaten egg. This acts as a glue, helping to seal the Wellington and giving it a beautiful golden finish after baking. Carefully fold the pastry over the beef, pressing gently to seal all edges tightly. If there's any excess pastry, trim it off for a clean look. Finally, place your wrapped beef Wellington seam side down on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. This setup ensures even baking and prevents sticking. To achieve that perfect golden crust, start by brushing the entire surface of the pastry with beaten egg. This will give your beef Wellington a beautiful, shiny finish as it bakes. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius beforehand. Once ready, place your prepared beef Wellington into the preheated oven. Bake it for about 35 to 40 minutes, or until the pastry turns a rich golden brown color. For the ideal internal temperature, use an instant read thermometer inserted into the center. Aim for 120 to 125 degrees Fahrenheit, 50 to 52 degrees Celsius, for rare, or 130 degrees Fahrenheit, 54 degrees Celsius for medium rare. This ensures the beef is cooked to your preference while keeping the pastry crisp and flaky. After baking your beef Wellington to golden perfection, remove it from the oven and resist the temptation to slice into it immediately. Let it rest on the baking sheet for about 10 minutes. This resting period allows the juices inside to redistribute, ensuring each slice is moist and flavorful. Once rested, carefully slice your beef Wellington into thick rounds using a sharp knife. Serve it hot and enjoy. And lastly, here are some essential tips to ensure your beef Wellington turns out perfectly. First, monitor the internal temperature of your beef with a meat thermometer to achieve your preferred doneness, especially since oven times can vary. Second, ensure the pastry is tightly sealed to prevent any filling from leaking out during baking. After baking, allow your Wellington to rest for about 10 minutes before slicing. This resting period helps retain moisture for a tender result. Lastly, consider serving your beef Wellington with delicious accompaniments like roasted vegetables, mashed potatoes, or a fresh green salad to complement its rich flavors. With these tips in mind, enjoy creating and savoring your homemade beef Wellington.